Hello everybody, Kate here today with another episode of Minecraft Dinosaurs, or at this rate, Minecraft Ice Age, or I don't know, bad joke. Anyway, we're back on the world to do some stuff today. Obviously as you saw in the title, today we're getting the Megalania into the park. Now, I have kind of just realized, at least for me, okay, I guess personal fossils and archaeology stuff here. I have always found terror birds to be a bit underwhelming somewhat. And I think it's also something like why I find the quokkas to be underwhelming. The quokkas and the terror birds, they're babies and then they instantly grow up. And that's really all there is. Or maybe the terror birds have changed. I didn't really pay much attention to those ones. Maybe they have changed. I don't know. But I guess the other thing is it's 3 terror birds. So it's like after we kind of get our first one into the park, it feels to me at least like we've gotten them all into the park. I mean, they look different. They're different sizes and stuff like that. And we'll do different types of environments. I think the Castornis is the only one that's gonna have this very forested biome. But I wanted to go for some of the cooler ones first, I think, just because I was really interested in them. So Elasmotherium last episode, this episode Megalania. But then we're gonna do, I think, the terror birds, and then we'll cap off the Smilodon, and then we'll move on to Megaloceros and the mammoths. Anyway, I was gonna start over here for 2 reasons. One, I did a bit more rock work over here with the quokkas. So they've got a rock wall here, which they really like climbing for some reason. So we have a couple of rock quokkas. But I got like not the DNA, I got the embryos from last episode, I think. Maybe, was it last episode? Maybe it wasn't. But yeah, we never got around to, well, making more quokkas, which I wanted. So we're just gonna quickly there we go. And we can kind of just leave it because they won't be tamed to us anyway since they're just reskinned horses. So we'll just hop out here real quick. And I definitely need to do more stuff like this around the park. I really do. But yeah, I quite like how this quagga exhibit's set up. Also, I need to move all this. I'm not gonna do it on camera, but I need to move all of this from over here all the way up here because I kind of realized I moved a fair way up when I started working on all this. One thing I'd also like to point out that I find kind of funny, at least, and I know this is such a diversion from the main like core of the episode, but I know in the other parts of the park, like over there with the dinosaurs and stuff, I've complained about just having like lots of straight pathways and stuff. And this one is a very long straight platform, but I guess like you know, changes in elevation obviously and all sorts of stuff like that definitely improve that. So a bit of a tip there, I guess. Anyway, since last episode, I have also worked on, I guess, just adding in the railing along this side. I took out the railing on that side, I think, somewhat. Also, on this side, I put the diagonals like over the walkway. I don't know what you guys think of that, and I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do with the walkways. Also, the Elasmotheriums have grown up a bit, and they're looking pretty cool. They are tiny, though, considering I know they get to be bigger than the mammoths do. But I mean, we got a pretty big exhibit for them. It's bigger than it's probably about a similar size to the Triceratops exhibit. We have 3 of those and like a billion Gallimimuses, so that should be plenty of space for them. Yeah. Anyway, if we head over this direction, right over there, I believe, is my planned area for the Megalania. Now, I'm not quite sure how we're gonna do Megalania yet. Because although Elasmotherium has this exhibit, and I'm considering doing this exact same type of exhibit for the terror birds, and maybe the Smilodon as well, I kind of feel like we're gonna do something a bit different with the Megalania. We're gonna see. I haven't quite got it locked down yet, but if we walk over here. Also, this lake I don't know if the lake itself is going to stay, but some of this area is going to stay and not really be the exhibit. In fact, I don't think the Megalania fence is gonna start till around here. So you're gonna be like, oh, well then is there something going here? No, there's nothing going here. I want this to be another little bit of our nature section we've been talking about doing in several other areas of the park, and I think that'll be a really good thing. Also, I just realized we need to head up this hill real quick because this might also be interfering with another project I kind of forgot I started but didn't finish. Another one of my little nature projects, because yep, it's right over here. Well, yeah, I think I can make this work. Okay, because for those of you who haven't been around a super long time on the channel, we have this custom mountain thing we were working on with the Platybelodons. Also, I like seeing the Platybelodon exhibit from up here. I haven't really paid much attention to this exhibit lately. Anyway, we've gone on long enough. I guess one thing I'd mention is I hope you guys have really enjoyed all the new content that's coming out. Hope it's been enjoyable so far. Yeah, and anyway, yeah, I'll come back, I think, once I've kind of set up a basic idea for the Megalania. And actually thinking about it now, the Megalania may be 2 episodes, because I've kind of got some new ideas. Anyway, I'll cut back in just a second when I've kind of solidified what I'm doing and I've got some basic stuff down. So I'll see you guys in just a second. All right, guys, we're back. And this exhibit has taken a bit of a turn. I wasn't really expecting it to be completely honest. If we come over here, you'll see, yeah, this is different. This is not the Elasmotherium exhibit. Speaking of which, I think they might be fully grown now. I don't know. They're quite chonky. And one of them was actually over here a few minutes ago before I started recording, but they appear to have gone back onto this side. Also, I have to say, I forget how big these are. I think that's kind of one of the things about making exhibits, and even like real life when you go to like a zoo or something, sometimes you forget how big some of these animals are. Because I think that rhino there is about the size of a woolly mammoth right now. I mean, it dwarfs a horse, and a horse is about the height of a player. So, I mean, they're massive. Maybe I need to build a bigger or a higher security fence for these guys. I don't know. Anyway. We're supposed to be focusing on Megalania, Caden. That's what we're here for, right? Yeah. Anyway. You'll see this big outline here made of horrible, ugly cobblestone. You'll see this. Basically, I was in the mood for building something different, and I think that's definitely the theme of this whole project so far, is doing things differently. This has been different, the quag has been different, all that over there is going to be different, and I wanted to do something different here because I suddenly realized something. And that was, you know what? I don't want to make this like the Elasmotherium exhibit, because for some reason to me I suddenly realized, you know, the Elasmotherium exhibit doesn't really seem to fit a big reptilian carnivore. It's not the kind of exhibit I would see it having, because I was thinking like Komodo dragons, and I was like suddenly like, well, what kind of exhibits do Komodo dragons typically have? Because the elevated walkway, that's totally something I could see for a rhino exhibit. It really is. I could definitely see that for a lot of big herbivores, because I know the zoo near me, the Phoenix Zoo, has something like this with the giraffes, where there's like a walkway that goes up into the exhibit so you can feed them. So I feel like that's reasonable for rhinos, but I realized whenever I think of like crocodile exhibits or Komodo dragon exhibits, I have never seen anything like that, really. I mean, maybe there's a bridge over a crocodile exhibit, but usually not like to this extent. And I realized usually what you have for reptiles is something very much like what we have in the bug house, which is these like glass panels you sit behind. And then I was like, you know, this exhibit's pretty big. I mean, it's gonna be going all the way back to the mountain basically, right? So if we make this like the Adaphosaurus, where the main viewing area is kind of down here, right? You aren't really gonna see the Megalania super often, right? Especially since this whole area is on an incline, so you probably won't see them super often. So then I was like, also, you know, I don't necessarily want to build stairs directly down, although I did still build stairs. So I was like, you know, why not have a 2-tiered viewing area? And I'm legitimately thinking of making this not like a building necessarily, but like this will have like a roof on it, kind of keeping the sun off visitors. And you can come up here, and this one will be open air, so you know, like it'll be a railing instead of like glass, and you can or maybe it'll be a glass railing, but you can come up here and you can look over the entire exhibit, and then you can come down here to the lower section, which will basically just have the same kind of view, but it'll be really cool for like if they come right up to the glass, you know, you'll get to see the true size of the Megalania living in here, which I think will be absolutely awesome. And as you can see, I've brought it all the way over here, and this is important because I believe, according to my plans, and I don't think I've talked about where the mammoth exhibit's going at all, and I kind of don't want to on one hand, because I have a lot of plans for this exhibit and I want it to kind of be a surprise, but I guess I should at least show where the exhibit's going. The mammoth area is going to be here. This is where the mammoth is going. Maybe I already showed this off in another episode, but mammoths are going up here. And I kind of realized we need a way to connect the Megaloceros and mammoth up to the rest of the Ice Age section, because I don't want them to be 2 separate zoos, basically. I want them to all be connected, because I like doing that with my parks. I like having everything being able, like, you know, roundabout ways to get to different exhibits. And I don't always do that, but I really like it when that happens. And I realized if we bring it all the way up here, the back of this area right here, right where it ends, can connect up to the mammoths. And I really like that idea. I think that'll be cool. But yeah. And oh, also, I was right. This is totally gonna take more than one episode to build. I was like, also I burnt most of this forest in all honesty, because I didn't really feel like chopping it down. Burning it was a lot easier. But anyway, oh, we've totally got to do like a waterfall. Maybe we should do like a big elevated viewing platform there, or a hotel. Oh, we could totally like carve a hotel like into the side of the mountain there, because it would also look at the mammoths, I think, on the other side. So mammoths on one side, Megalania on the other. That would actually be really cool. Let me know what you guys think of that idea. I'd love to know. But anyway, I was looking at this and I realized this exhibit is definitely going to be a 2-episode build, because I don't even think we'll finish this viewing area this episode, in all honesty. I don't really have the time, mostly because, and funny story, so I'm recording this on Wednesday, which means the final clip will probably be recorded the day this goes up, because I don't really have time today. I'm just going to talk for a bit. This midsection can be a bit longer than usual. But oh, also I have to say, thank you guys so much for the support on the uploads that have gone up this week. I'm blown away with how much you guys have enjoyed the content. It's been amazing. It really has. It's been awesome. And actually the reason I won't have time to really finish this whole walkway off, in fact, I might actually just finish off the fence by the end of this episode, and then we'll work on the walkway next episode. But the main reason I don't have time is I have a new schedule set up for this, right? I forgot what day today was. For some reason I thought today was Thursday and that Dinos was going up on, or no, I thought for some reason Dinos was going up on Friday, but Dinos is going up on Thursday, so that way I have like 2 to 3 days between episodes. And I was recording the other video that's supposed to be going up on Friday? On Friday. I was recording Friday's video, which actually never hit, apparently I never hit record or something, which is really upsetting to me. But I mean, it always means that next video has an even better chance of being really good. But anyway, basically, I didn't realize that Dinos was supposed to go up tomorrow, or I guess today, when you guys are watching this. So, yeah, I kind of didn't work on the world really since the first clip. I was kind of putting it off because I was like, oh, I have an extra day, I'll just record Dinos then, but I didn't. Evidently, I was wrong with my math. Anyway, that's a lot of jib jabbering, you know. But yeah, I hope you guys can get an idea of what I'm looking for. I'm also thinking, for some of the terrain, even if we do this as a hotel, I'm also thinking of like dragging some of this out here to kind of make a bit of a plateau. So, I don't know, let's say from like here, or maybe we could put a cave in as well. That could be really cool. So maybe like up here or something, we build like a bit of a cliff that they can get up onto and kind of look down on, because for some reason I feel like that would be really, really cool. But yeah, anyway, I hope you guys are enjoying this. So yeah, I'm gonna work a bit more. I'll see what I get done. Maybe I'll work on the walkway, maybe I'll work on the fences. Kind of just depends which I feel like I'm gonna enjoy more. And yeah, I will get back to you guys with what I've done in just a second. So I will see you then. All right, guys, we're back, and I made progress. I swear I made progress, people. I swear I didn't just do nothing. I actually did a lot. It doesn't look like it, but well, actually, I feel like it. Again, this is a situation where it doesn't look like it to me, just because I'm the one working on it, but it will to you guys, because, you know, big cut in time. But anyway, as you can see, well, some things that have changed with the pathway is I actually kind of laid out a bit more of both the top and bottom floors, so I have a bit better of like an idea of what it's gonna look like. I also haven't decided if I'm gonna stick with this, where like the glass is at ground level, or where the glass is raised one, or whatnot. I haven't really figured that out yet. Anyway, what I have done is removed more trees, because I suddenly realized, you know what this area is? This area is a bowl. It's actually a bowl. We have like the big lip going all the way around, except for like this area, but we're creating the rest of the bowl basically. So there isn't really a need for a fence in this exhibit, to be honest. It kind of just doesn't need one. We can for the most part, just basically, well, do what you can already kind of see here, build stone wall all the way around, and do that is kind of how we keep the Megalania inside. And I think that should work quite well. Also, the main thing I worked on was actually doing what I said I wanted to do, which was give them some sort of like, you know, way to get up here. So maybe our Megalanias could be like sitting up here, kind of just looking down over there in the enclosure. And you can't really see it from that bottom level, but you can kind of see it from the top one. Not super well, but you can somewhat see it. Which I think is cool. It's cool to have like some area for them to be kind of hidden and stuff like that. And then I was looking at this, and I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do. I mean, I still think it'd be cool to put like some sort of building here, but on the other hand, putting some sort of awesome waterfall here would be equally cool. I just don't know how to incorporate that. I'd have to figure it out. But anyway, yes. So next episode, when we come back to work on this, what's probably gonna happen is I'm gonna finish off the rocks, and then we'll start working on the viewing area, because I'd like to finish off the viewing area, hopefully, or at least like a good 70% of it, because I feel like if I finish 70% of it, that's kind of a good place to leave it before we move on to the next project, and then oh gosh, hiccups, and then we can come back, finish it off. Wow. I swear I always have to have hiccups at one section during the video now. It's like tradition. Oh, look at our little elasmateriums. Well, little. They're massive. They're absolutely massive rhinos. Wait, is there one on this side? So 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 rhinos there. Oh, I don't have my food on me. That's really bad. I'm gonna grab some food, I guess. Where is the last rhino? Oh, there it is. It is hiding right next to the fence, or the walkway, I guess. I like this, I really do. Oh, so I guess some stuff I'm gonna talk about. I'm not really gonna do any more work this episode, I'm just gonna talk. But I have some stuff that I've been thinking about. Basically, I think I mentioned like what, I went on like basically I was thinking a ton about dinos recently, right? And I was like, you know, what are we wanting to do with dinos? What's some stuff I want to do with dinos to make it more interesting, to build exhibits and stuff like that? And I've been thinking a lot about this, because it's obviously quite important. And I think builds like this recently, like even the Megalania, and this is kind of what kind of got me thinking on this. The Megalania, the Elasmatherium, the Quagga, all 3 are very different exhibits, which I already think I mentioned this episode. But I really like that. I like that they all have a very different feel, and they're all big, expansive exhibits. I mean, they're not massive by any means. They're not big enough for the animals in real life, but, you know, they're cool. They're really nice exhibits, I think, or will be once I get the stuff finished in them. But I've realized something. I want to do this with the dinosaur section. And I was thinking like, you know, oh, what are exhibits I'd like to change? Then I realized, well, one, I think the center of the park's probably going to become our Jurassic section, because I realized all of our Jurassic animals are over there. In fact, the only 2 Cretaceous animals we really have there anymore are the Ankylosaurs and Dinosaurs, both of which are moving. Well, the Ankylosaurs are moving. I realized I want to move the Therizinosaurs because I don't like where their exhibit is, but every other animal there is Jurassic. I think the only Jurassic animal currently in the mod, and someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the only one we're missing right now is Allosaurus. And I kind of have ideas for that. So basically what I've realized is, get ready guys, it's gonna happen again, because it's a tried and true Caden tradition. We're probably gonna rebuild more of the park after we finish the Ice Age area. Speaking of the Ice Age area, I've also started to realize how long this project's gonna take. Because I wasn't expecting Megalania to probably take 2 episodes. It's gonna take 2 at least, maybe it'll take a 3rd, I'm not sure, depends how much work this ends up being. But then I've been coming up with ideas for the Smilodon, and the Smilodon might be a 2-episode build. The Terrorbirds might be like a 4-episode build, because I'm not sure what I'm doing there either. The Mammoth is going to be like a 6-episode build to fully finish its area, because the Mammoth is going to be a very complicated build. The Megaloceros will probably be 1 episode, because I haven't really got anything big special planned for that. But that's the kind of the thing I've realized. I have all these big ideas for the Ice Age area, and it's going to take us up to maybe episode 90 to finish. In all honesty, it just depends how long everything takes. Oh, also the dodos and the center building, and if we do the ranger station, the vet, like, there's a lot of stuff to do for this area, and I'm very much excited to do all of it. Oh, and then we're gonna need like an episode or 2 to just decorate the whole area. But yeah, basically, like, as I was thinking more and more about what I want to do over here, I realized there's a lot of stuff I'd like to do in other sections of the park to kind of make them feel like this, make them feel more zoo-like, make a bigger variety of enclosure types, So, like we have one, we walk, like here we have, like the quagga's one you look down into from like a pathway. This is one where you're walking through the exhibit on an elevated pathway, and this one you go to a big viewing vent area, or like a huge viewing gallery where you can look into the exhibit, stuff like that. And I think the dinos area certainly needs that because it doesn't really have much variance in exhibit type. So yeah, I think that's something we're gonna do in the future. I think we're gonna work on kind of updating the park to a degree, which sounds weird for me to say, I think. But yeah, that's kind of what I want. I want to upgrade the park, and once again, I'm sure most of it's going to be happening after the world download. So, and that'll probably annoy some people because they'll be like, Caden, why can't you do this stuff before the world download? I'm like, I won't have time, and I'm not gonna rush it because I want things to look good. But yeah, I mean, I think we got a lot of good stuff coming. Anyway, I was about to say, next episode we're going to start another animal, but no, we're going to finish Megalania next episode. But yeah, I guess other than that, if you guys want to leave some suggestions for what animal we should do next after the Megalania is done, be it, be it the Titanus, the Kalenkin, the Forest Raucus, the Dodo, the Smilodon, Megaloceros, Mammoth, whatever you want. Although I do kind of want to keep those two till last, just because, I have to build a whole different set of pathways to get over there. And then, the Megalania is meant to connect up with that, but there's a lot of stuff that's going to go into connecting it, and it's not going to be a quick thing to do. Anyway, I think I've rambled on long enough. I hope you guys are kind of enjoying seeing what the Megalania exhibit's going to be. Next episode, hopefully, we'll finish it, kind of get stuff planted and the animals hatched. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope you've all enjoyed this episode. And until next time, guys. See ya.